The throne still belongs to the Petron Blaze Spikers, and the crown is still on the head of Catherine Bell, a multi-time champion in the Philippine Superliga. This is a new team, but still, with the support of veterans like Aiza Maizo Pontillas, Petron is out to prove that the road to the championship still goes through them. On the other side, a former Blaze Spiker, Rhea de Maculangan, is heading the charge with the Generika Ayala Lifesavers, and with Elizabeth Campos hitting from the wings, Generika Ayala is out to prove na kaya nila ang kahit anong hamon, as we welcome you to the Phil Oil Flying V Center for the 2020 Philippine Superliga Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us inside the volleyball capital of Metro Manila, the Phil Oil Flying V Center. My name is James Velasquez, and this Grand Prix, I will be keeping it real with Neil. Neil Flores joins our panel. Welcome first, welcome to the family, Neil, and of course this is going to be an exciting matchup for these two teams and an exciting conference.
Hi James, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Pero ito na nga, buena mano tayo to open our 2020 PSL Grand Prix. The Petron Blaze Spikers will test their new armor against the beefed up lineup of the Generika Ayala Lifesavers.
And that is going to be a slobber knocker for both these teams, and for Petron Blaze, Kat Bell, of course, was surprised when she came back to the Philippines. Now that she is looking at new teammates, who are the key additions here, and who do you expect to have a great conference?
You know, yes, Petron is reeling from a mass exodus, but there are no signs of holding back as they acquired King Balse Pabayo, Becca Rivera, and the legendary coach in Emil Lonto.
And of course, you also have names like Lut Malaluan, who is a force to be reckoned with in the middle. Bian Juanillo coming from the F2 side of things. Angela Nunag, Shang Berte, a one-time Best Opposite Spiker awardee here in the PSL. That's why Catherine Bell will have a lot of help. Now you know what you're getting from Catherine Bell. It's all about surrounding her with the proper pieces and making sure that those pieces complement what Cat Bell can do.
Yes, Cat Bell is a 3-time PSL champion. You know that she can easily score 15 to 20 points right off the bat, but it's a matter of the support that she will be getting from the locals. So, malaki din yung role ng setter for her to maximize everybody.
And Catherine Bell, of course, not only is she carrying the scoring cudgels, but the title of leader, of captain, of queen of Petron Blaze. And of course, she's had a 40-point scoring game. You already know she brings the artillery for Petron Blaze, and Elizabeth Campos and Generika Ayala will have a tall task in front of them trying to climb this mountain. Generika Ayala, though, will be having Rhea de Maculangan, formerly of Petron Blaze, calling the shots.
This is what I told you. They beefed up their lineup. They got Rhea de Maculangan to orchestrate the offense for Generika Ayala. But they also beefed up the coaching staff. I see Coach Dante Alinsunurin alongside Coach Sherwin Meneses to call the shots for Generika Ayala.
And of course, Coach Dante Linsunurin won that silver medal in the Southeast Asian Games recently. A splash for men's volleyball. I know that puts a smile on your face. And for Coach Sherwin Meneses, he will have Elizabeth Vincent Campos at the wings, looking to help them on the offensive side of things.
Elizabeth Vincent Campos is just 19 years old. She stands at 5'8". She may be the youngest and the shortest, but her credentials will speak for itself. She's a member of the Cuban national team.
And anytime you have national team experience, anytime you've competed not just on a regional level, but on a world level, you know that's something.
For Generika Ayala, they also have solid defenders in Kat Arado and Via General. They will play crucial roles in this match against a champion team in Petron.
Let's meet the starters of both squads.
Outside hitter number 1, their team captain, Catherine Bell. Setter number 4, Becca Rivera. Outside hitter number 7, Ces Molina. Opposite hitter number 8, Aiza Maizo Pontillas. Middle blocker number 9, Ram Palma. Middle blocker number 16, Lut Malaluan. And libero number 19, Angela Nunag. Head coach of the Blaze Spikers, Emil Lontok. It is now time to meet the starters of the Generika Ayala Lifesavers. Setter number 1, their team captain, Rhea de Maculangan. Outside hitter number 2, Elizabeth Visit Campos. Outside hitter number 4, Mina Aganon. Opposite hitter number 10, Ellie Suyud. Middle blocker number 12, Mika Lopez. Middle blocker number 18, Rhea Meneses. And the libero number 6, Kat Arado. Coaching the Lifesavers is Sherwin Meneses.
And here we go, match number 1 of the 2020 PSL Grand Prix between the Petron Blaze Spikers and the Generika Ayala Lifesavers, the defending Grand Prix champions. Trot out Bell, Molina, Montillas. Belated happy birthday to Isa Montillas, Becker Rivera, formerly of Santa Lucia, Remy Palma, Luke Malaluan, and Angela Nunag will be protecting the floor for Coach Emil Lontok. On the other side of the net, it is DMAC setting with Vicet Campos, Meneses, Aganon, Lopez, Soyud, and Arado. Patrolling the floor for Coach Sherwin Meneses. From teammates to rivals now. Aganon versus Montillas. Will the experience and explosiveness of Cat Bell overwhelm Vicet Campos? Or will the new imports bring a surprise? Ellie Soyud now brings her talents to Generika Ayala, and she will be squaring off against Cess Molina. Becker Rivera with a serve. Here we go, set number 1 underway. What are your keys to winning for this game? Let's go first with Generika Ayala.
Generika Ayala, we all know that the holdovers from the previous Petron team is Maizo Pontillas, Cess Molina, and then you have the returning Cat Bell. Full load yan when it comes to wing hitter, so the middle blocker will need to step up. I'm looking at Riri Meneses to man the net for Generika Ayala. On the other hand, for Petron, it's going to be the spotlight for Becca Rivera. Alam naman natin, this is the reinforced confidence. 60%, most of the balls will go to Cat Bell, but she cannot sacrifice the talent of the other locals because they can also score at will.
True. And on cue, look at this. Becca with a dish, and Pontillas, the high-flying finish. Saying welcome to the PSL, Liz Vicet Campos. Molina now serving, targeting Vicet Campos. Combination play, Soyud puts it down.
Great play from the middle. Instant connection from DMAC to Soyud. This is what I like about the Generika Ayala lineup. It's like a puzzle na konti-konti nilang pinupuno yung players nila. They have solid liberos in Kath Arado and Via General. Now they have a veteran setter in Rhea de Maculangan. Tapos dinagdagan pa nila ng firepower with Ellie Soyud.
And with DMAC setting, of course, it can also be a puzzle for the other team on how they can prevent DMAC from feeding her buffet of scores.
Most probably, whoever is going to win this match will show the chemistry na kailangan. I know that some of the imports were delayed because of flight concerns because of the virus, but it's a matter of gelling as one ng ganun kadali because this is a very short tournament.
By the way, PSL fans, what do you think about the 2020 Grand Prix? Tweet us at Superliga PH, and of course use the hashtag PSL Grand Prix 2020. Red Palma knocking it down and giving Petron a 1-point lead. The former Eastern University stalwart. Vastly improved service game for Red Palma in the few years that she spent here in the PSL.
As a middle blocker, you have limited moments in the front line. So if you can score off the bat from that service line, malaking tulong yan para sa kupunan mo.
What did you say? 60% of the time? I think that's the start of it. Catherine Bell puts it up, puts it down. 2-point lead Petron.
She's just warming up. That's just the taste of the power of this player.
It's 4 serving 2. That one sailing out. Now, a lot of people are saying the Grand Prix, of course, will be extremely interesting with the exodus of many of Petron's veterans.
And just to give everybody a perspective, they lost their main playmaker in Rhea de Maculangan. They lost their defensive anchors in Mika Reyes and Denden Lazaro. Then you also lost your offensive guns with Cici Rondina and Bernadette Pons focusing on beach volleyball. But again, no signs of holding back.
Has to be the next woman up mentality. Lefty shot rejected. Becca going back to Cat Bell. Dog by Meneses. Over the double.
Double contact violation called on Eli Soyud. And it was really obvious, sobrang hindi niya nahawakan ng sabay yung bola. Ang dami pang ikot.
We're in lead, back to Petron. Nice Puntilla serving. Back. This is Campos, welcome to the PSL.
19-year-old Cuban national team player. The only thing about this guest player is she doesn't understand English. So communication problems yung kailangan solusyonan ng Generika Ayala.
Setting out a system. Bell is dug by Arado. Soyud from the back right. Becca to Bell. Floats it up. While still alive, and play continues. Going back to Bell. And that is good.
This is a tight start for both of these teams. From that first technical timeout, we'll see the adjustments na gagawin ng coaching staff.
Bell serving. Bell to the middle. Lopez couldn't put it away. Becca. Bell a little too long, asking for a touch, none given. So it's a tight game, 6-all.
You see that Becca Rivera is exclusively feeding the balls to Kat Bell at this early on in the competition. Siyempre, she has to establish that connection.
Set Campos to serve. Nice looking jump serve, but handled well by Molina. Running attack by Look Malaluan. Getting in and getting lucky.
She had a little help from the tip of the net that time.
Petron looking to take the lead heading into the first technical timeout. Malaluan serving, but too long.
It's a couple of service errors already on the side of the Blade Spikers.
So this time it's Generika Ayala with a chance to take the lead heading to the first technical timeout. Remy Palma off the block and all good as we head into the first technical timeout. Petron Blaze, the defending champs, with the lead, 8-7.
This is the 2020 PSL Grand Prix, and there is a new man at the helm for Petron. Coach Emil is no stranger to winning. He's no stranger to building a team. And he said na yung pinaka-importante when you're building a squad like Petron, yung communication, yung love for the sport, they have to have positive thinking, yung mental toughness nila, and they cannot be intimidated. If you ask the players, sinasabi nila na old school daw si Coach Emil. Pero for Coach Emil, updated naman daw siya. And sinasabi niya na kung dati strict siya, takot sila sa kanya. Now, sinasabi na hindi na kailangan magalit sa mga players dahil at this point, they should know what it means to be a player. Hindi na sila bata para mapagalitan. And all he says is that naniniwala siya sa players niya. If you're in the team, he knows that you can do it. James and Neil?
So just imagine Coach Emil Lontok, one of the legendary coaches. He's the perfect fit to handle a rebuilding team like Petron. Tama nga yun, you don't need to get mad at these players because we are already in a highly competitive commercial league. So konting ano na lang pagsasabi na lang sa kanila, they can easily adjust.
Look at that, Coach Emil with a baby applause for that Petron rally point. Stone-faced during that whole rally, trusting that his team would pull it off. And now Petron with a 2-point lead. What have you liked so far from what Petron has done?
Well, for Petron, it's obvious that Maizo Pontin is still conditioned to play competitively. Tapos nandiyan pa si Ces Molina. She will also provide the points along with Kat Bell. Right now, I'm looking at the connection of Becca Rivera between the middle blockers. Kanina, nakita natin may mga slides na kahit papano so that you can be able to fool the blockers eventually for Generika.
Oh, Shanked and an ace from the Generika Ayala Lifesavers.
That was a bad form from the libero of Petron. You cannot receive the ball as you jump.
Nine all. We're in set number 1.
Great read.
And serving 9, 1-point lead, Generika Ayala. Back set, Soyut. Set back by Aiza Pontiles, but out of bounds.
This is probably the strongest lineup sa harap for Generika Ayala. You have Mina Aganon, Riri Meneses, and Ellie Soyut. All of them can do damage from any angle on the court.
Long, athletic, creative. Emac still serving, but strategic.
Medyo mababa yung tapo ng bola for DMAC. That's why it didn't go over.
Cesc Molina serving. No, dug by Cesc. Becca. To Cat Bell.
Then Cat Bell, it's the beginning for Petron. And a couple of points from Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
Make a wish, it's 11-11. Here's set number 1. Oh, look at that finish. Bad girl Riri going up and going hard. Look at this lay, it's so nice, you gotta see it twice. Up, up, and puts it away.
Ate, nandito din si Rhea, both coming from the USP program.
I call that the España Express. Bell wants to take it back, but Riri says not on my watch.
That's what you want. And it was really obvious that the ball was going to Cat Bell. Medyo off yung first ball from Petron.
13 serving 11. Bell wants it again and takes it back.
Grabe no, receive niya, follow niya. Ganun kagaling itong si Cat Bell.
Still a 1-point ball game. That spot being addressed. Again, PSL fans, please let us know what you think about the new conference. Tweet us at Superliga PH. It's the hashtag PSLGP 2020. And Palma tie the game from the service line. Soyut. Is there a check? No. Coach Sherwin saying no. I think I saw a check there.
They're asking for a challenge. But as far as I know, we don't have the challenge system in the in the elimination round.
Yes.
There's
That's
a-
right. Ginitian na lang ni Coach Sherwin.
Meron kasing mga placards dun sa gilid. So I think there was a little bit of confusion. For sure, we will take them out.
As always, our coach is dapper. Campos looking to get involved. And look at that. Puts it down with authority.
Great down the line hit.
14-13, 1-point lead. As Riri Meneses is serving.
He stands at 5'8", talking about the guest player of Generika, but she can jump.
It's denied. Going out of bounds. No, it caught the line, clipped it. By just that much. Good Malaluan protecting the net.
We are still tied at 14 apiece.
Waited birthday girl. Aiza Pontillas, happy birthday! Aces it up, 1-point lead Petron.
Instead, they're targeting Lisette Campos para mawala siya sa sistema dun sa atake.
That time Aganon trying to protect her. Ooh, good up by Molina. Bell. No. DMAC looking to set up Liz. Good defense by Petron. No, will not cross.
Fortunate error from Kat Bell. She was unsure kung anong gagawin niya dun sa bola.
15 all. And we will have a two substitution. Generika and Shang Berte.
Chamberte is also one of the newest additions to the lineup of the Blaze Spikers. But even in the previous conferences, makita natin yung double sub na familiar for
Yes.
Petron.
Shot serve from Swain. Going to look.
That's volleyball 101 for you.
When you control the middle, you control the game. And Malaluan said, give me the ball and get out of the way. Petron up by 1.
This is the 2020 PSL Grand Prix, and Google Translate is the key for Coach Sherwin when it comes to communicating with his import Elizabeth Visset Campos. Pero sinabi din naman ni Coach Sherwin na you don't need constant verbal communication kasi kapag pro ka na dahil at this point, alam mo na yung mga ginagawa. And yung concern ni Coach Sherwin sa kanya is that he asked her about the conditioning because yung mga international players, sanay sila training and conditioning almost 3 times a day. And syempre, compared to international play daw, mga once a day sila nagtitrain dito, pero mas madali lang daw talaga para kay Elizabeth. Pero the thing with Elizabeth now, she doesn't complain. Kung ano yung sinabi sa kanya na gawin niya, gagawin niya. And I asked Coach Sherwin, considering Elizabeth's history, she's 19 years old, she's a very young player, she's also not as tall as the other imports who are in this conference now. Sinabi ni Coach Sherwin, she fits into their system dahil all around talaga siya sa atake, sa depensa. She's also a first receiver. So mataas ang expectations ni Coach Sherwin with this squad. James and Neil?
Hindi yung maganda. As a 19-year-old player, paminsan mas madali kasi turuan yung mga bata. They just follow the coach's instructions. And with the experience that she has, malaki talaga yung contribute niya para sa Generika Ayala as she scores again from the same attack down the line.
If she keeps it up, I'll start calling her Queen Elizabeth Visset Campos.
I like
So
that.
Let's see. Let's see. That's why I went with keeping it real with me. Wait until I give something to Cheska Little. You just another one for Generika Ayala. And the confidence growing by the possession for the Lifesavers.
I'm actually waiting for your line para dito kay Riri Meneses.
Oh, you know.
I know.
Oh, you know. Very good. I like this one. He knows the lines. You just wait. You just wait. Campos looking to introduce herself with authority, but a little too strong.
Medyo awkward din yung tapon pataas ng bola for that jump serve. Still a pretty much tight ball game for both of these teams. Wala pang kumakalas. Wow!
Nice hit from Aganon.
She was looking to hit it cross-court, then suddenly with a flick of that wrist, dinala niya down the line. Look at that. Napakalaki ng buta sa zone 1 para sa Petron.
Strong hit off the block to set Campos. But that will not survive. I see another 2 substitution coming.
They will go back to their regular rotation with Maizo Pontillas occupying that opposite possession and Becca Rivera as their setter.
One-point lead for the Blade Spikers. Becca to serve. Targeting to set Campos again. So D-Mac had the dig set, but Aganon is on fire.
Back-to-back points. Same technique from Mina Aganon. Take a look at that again. Hitting it down the line. Nakita niya sobrang laki talaga ng butas. Hindi binabantayan ng Petron yung zone 1. They have to make the necessary adjustments.
Leave that spot open and pay the price, and this time Petron calls for a timeout. I'm pretty sure Mina Aganon is an excellent chess player. So let's see how she can counter when Petron makes those defensive adjustments. And Coach Emil as well pointing out that target Generika Ayala has been using and abusing for the past few possessions. 19 all. Oh, service error.
2 errors already on the serve for Rhea de Maculangan.
Can you talk about this combination of Kath Arado and Rhea de Maculangan?
Yun ang yung sinasabi ko. Kumbaga, you already take off a little bit ground kay Rhea na isipin pa kung saan pupunta yung bola. Because she has a very good libero in Kath Arado. All she has to do is think of ways to fool the blockers and score for Generika Ayala.
And Arado, a very good out-of-system center as well.
And aside from Kath Arado, you also have Bia General as a backup.
Yeah.
Also a top-notch libero. Now Petron will grab the lead at 2.
That forces Coach Sherwin to take his own timeout. Cess Molina to serve. It's 21 serving 19. Defending champs in this closely contested first set. On cue, on target, and Lee Soyun puts it away.
They followed the game plan of Coach Sherwin Meneses. Mina Aganon went up for that combination play. Look, Remy Palma actually committed to blocking Riri Meneses. Then suddenly she was late for that block in the open.
That split-second delay makes all the difference in the world. Oh, Martinez.
Maizo just using her smarts to rack up points for Petron. Now another substitution. Gutierrez will be coming in for Remy Palma. I think this is a defensive substitution.
He's played for PLDT, Cherry Tigo, and of course a product of UST. Looping serve, handled by Aganon. Soyun, but no go.
That was a perfectly designed play by Rhea de Maculangan, but it was just too strong for Ellie Soyun.
You like though that the setters are trying to be adventurous with their plays. This is the one time that you like it's complicated.
Whoa!
Oh, look at that!
This set Campos showing some muscle.
And Vincent Campos up, and puts it away.
You can call her Queen Elizabeth.
She wants that crown. It's a 2-point ball game, 21 serving 23. Patty Jane on the end, Miss Reliable in the game. Soyun. Will score that time. Alaluan setting. Aiza again. Oh, but they say Generika point. Oh, there's a net ball.
That's going to be a bonus point for Generika Ayala. Sometimes in the heat of the game, you won't notice that you touched the net. Oh yes, she touched the tape of the net.
Great camera work by our crew on the floor. He just wants to make sure.
He's definitely going to get back that point. She wasn't happy with that violation earlier. Now they're at set point.
Coach Sherwin wants to freeze Aiza Montillas by calling a timeout. Shooting it. Oh, rejected by Petron Blaze.
No coverage on the side of Generika Ayala. Petron will bag the first set of our 2020 PSL Grand Prix.
And the Petron Blaze Spikers protecting that net, protecting their lead. It's Catherine Bell, Lut Malaluan, and Becca Rivera. It's Catherine Bell telling the Generika Ayala, come meet me at the top, because I won't be late. We'll be back in a moment for more. Set number 2 underway. Again, thank you so much for joining us inside the Phil Oil Flying V Center. If you're just tuning in, my name is James Velasquez, keeping it real with Neil Flores. Happy to have a schoolmate as my partner. Again, good afternoon to everyone watching on TV, online. First live here at the venue. Here's D-Mac serving Generika Ayala. Not the best opening from Petron open set number 1.
It was clear that Molina did not like that set from Becca Rivera. These are the chemistry and gelling issues that they have to work on throughout this conference. She is the newest playmaker for Petron.
Good up by Arado. Ganon of Bell.
Perfect possession for Cat Bell, but the trajectory of that ball was just too low to keep it alive. Better start for Generika Ayala.
Bell from the back right. Good up by Campos. Pushed by Soyud. And she will score.
That ad-lib working for Eli Soyud, just pushing it to the back line.
It's not all about power, it's about placement.
Sometimes you don't need to exhaust your efforts in trying to make a point by using pure force.
Oh, that time, Palma with the back set. Oh, but straight down. Riri Meneses with a monster block.
No way, says Riri Meneses. And the set was a little bit close to the blockers already.
And look at this, Neil. Riri putting her under her umbrella doing work. Not on my watch, says Molina.
He doesn't want this lead to balloon. He wants to stop it at 4. Again, these are just simple reminders from Coach Emil Lonto that they need to score the next point.
Palma, Brady slide, still gets it.
Apologizing to the bench because it's not your role as a middle blocker to get that first ball. You have the libero for that so that you can prepare for the approach on the attack.
Petron repeatedly targeting Vicente Campos. Charles to the top. Ball still in play. Aganon gives it back. Becca looking for a friend. Another slide. Remy Palma puts it down.
If you're given a chance ball, that's how you should respond with authority. Now they cut the lead down by 2.
Rivera serving. Almost. Oh.
Lifting violation ball to Remy Magulangan.
So a 4-0 run for Generika and a 3-0 run for Petron.
He really tried to set that up, but it was too low.
Unfortunately, we don't give points to the attempt. But you give brownie points. We're trying to keep it alive. Look at that hit by Eli Sawyer.
Miscommunication this time from Rivera and Cat Bell.
A 5-3 lead for the Lifesavers. Elizabeth rises to the occasion.
Queen Elizabeth forcing through the block of Remy Palma.
from Cuba with love. Three-point lead, Generika Ayala. Rivera to the outside. Messi sends it back. Ball still alive. Another chance for Isa. Good force mismatch.
Look at the variation of attacks from Isa Maizo Pontillas. The first time she tried to go for a soft touch, it didn't work. Then the next one, she went for power. There's a big gap between Eli Soyud and Riri Meneses.
Finding the gap. Two-point deficit staring down Petron. They need to get a stop versus Vicente Campos. Talar by Palma. Pontillas setting. Bell, soft touch, no go. Close to the net, joust almost won by Elizabeth. Here's Killer Calf, no. Vicente Campos wants it back, destroys the triple block.
Most of the time, you see the triple block in the men's game, but here in the reinforced conference of the PSL, you would see a lot of that with the imports used to that kind of system.
The Lifesavers with the chance to head into the technical timeout with the lead. Saved by Palma though. Chance for the Lifesavers. The almost but not quite play.
Wasted opportunity for Generika Ayala. It was the perfect time to set up that quick play. But again, a little bit of communication issues, gelling issues.
Sure.
As this is the first official game of Rhea de Maculangan as a lifesaver.
Becca. Going to Bell. Dogged by Arado. Beautiful defense. Off the block. All good.
Credit half that point to Kat Arado. Perfect pop-up.
Cat to the queen. Elizabeth Vicente Campos from the outside and giving Generika Ayala the lead. Welcome back to the Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2020. If we can just cue Adele's hello, it would be perfect as we look at Rhea de Maculangan setting. This is what you're missing out, Petron. Rhea looking to be the maestra for Generika Ayala this Grand Prix.
And aside from being a veteran in orchestrating the offense of Generika Ayala, the biggest contribution would also be her serves. She's one of the most reliable and powerful servers when she was playing for Petron. And if she can bring that here to the team of Generika, she can get a better possession in this season.
And let's not forget, an MVP. She
Yes.
was an MVP here in the PSL. She can impact the game in so many ways. But Petron trying to move on. Set Campos, Doug by Molina. Becca, Bell, no. Becca, Unag, going back to Bell. And look at Catherine Bell. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
He doesn't have any problems hitting it over that double block of Generika Ayala. They're now down by just a single point, talking about Petron.
Emac going back to Elizabeth, no. Back attack didn't work. Back set. Oh, but that one not over.
Asking for a check ball. It will not be given. Petron will tie things up at 8.
Defending champs. Going all the way back. As they repeatedly target Vicente Campos. Malaluan with a denial.
Coverage on the side of Generika Ayala.
Finally, Petron Blaze taking back the advantage. It is 9 serving 8. Ball. Now with the left. Malaluan with 2 hands for safety.
Again, there was no coverage on the side of Generika Ayala. When the ball is up, you cannot stop your momentum in movement. Nobody even attempted to get that ball. Elisoid was just too late. So it's going to be a hard time for you to find a way to squeeze through the blocking of Petron, especially now that Cat Bell is in front.
It's a 5-0 run for the defending Grand Prix champions. Look at Vicente Campos.
Campos this time targeting that cross-court hit.
Get up or get out the way. Look at that. Way above the blockers.
And she saw that Cat Bell did not go up for the block. That's why she hit it that way.
Ooh, look at the load of that service. Bell takes it back.
That double block was no match for Cat Bell. And here comes the boom.
Look at this. No match, no problem.
If Mina Aganon can go up against Cat Bell also in blocking, that would be better for Generika Ayala.
Erika Lopez down the middle. About time we saw an A quick.
Kaya the Makulangan will really need to activate everybody and make everybody go to work if they want to get the second set and tie things up.
1-point ball game.
Cat Bell from the front, Cat Bell from the back, Cat Bell from the service line.
Cat Bell from everywhere. You can send her to the Pinaglabanan Shrine and she'll probably still score. A combination for Aganon. Nope, not on my watch. Bell swinging, couldn't score. Emac with a dig set. To the left side, yes!
Middle blockers are really not known for their floor defense when it comes to the digging department. But now, Malaluan will get replaced by Nunag.
Alma. Good coverage at the back by Vicente Campos. Sawyer denied. Ball still in play. Look at the scrambling defense of Generika, but resulting in the free ball. Becca going to Molina. No check.
Molina, I think, is having a tough time adjusting to the sets of Becca Rivera.
And this gives us a time to go back to Spike Zone with Cheskalit and Calao.
A lot of people were also surprised to hear that Rhea de Mocolangan left Petron to head to Generika, but she said that it was time to leave her comfort zone. She's now adjusting and she's also reunited with former teammates from Photon na ngayon kasama niya na sa Generika. And sinabi niya na it was also time to join her brother na matagal na daw siyang hinihintay dahil kasama sa coaching staff ng Generika ang brother niya. And she also said that Generika has also been kind enough to assist her in getting medication for her mom who was diagnosed with breast cancer. James and Neil?
Coach Carl.
Yes, Coach Carl, the assistant coach of Generika Ayala. Ayala is the brother of Rhea de Macolangan. You know, family always comes first. And they're very nice to really support the family of Rhea and Carl.
Emac going to Sawyer. Well, diving to save that ball. Montillas in transition, no. Sawyer dropping it. Nunag setting up system. And another one for Cat Bell.
Petron starting to pull away. Generika Ayala started out strong, but when they were having a hard time getting their first balls, this was the time that Petron caught up.
Cat Bell upping that efficiency. If we can only look at the attack percentage. Cat Bell. D-Mac. Going to Riri. Did it work? Becca, no.
Net violation called on Becca Rivera. Before, we were allowed to touch that black grid on the net, but now you cannot touch the net even if you don't interfere with the gameplay.
Every part of the net is live. score. Molina looking cross hitting line. Lizette Campos denied. One more look for Elizabeth. Almost not quite for Angela Luna. And Generika Ayala on the board.
Again, brownie points, A for effort, but that point will be awarded to Generika Ayala. Better coverage. You have to give confidence to the spikers that even if they get luck, you're there to support them from behind.
Catherine Bell takes back the lead. What a luxury for Petron Blaze to have an attacker in an option in Catherine Bell.
Becca Rivera can dial #1 all day long.
Combination. Soyud! Look at that Mamba base on Ellie Soyud. Wanted that, took that, and put it away. It's another tied game.
They've been trying to go to that combination play, but this time Ellie Soyud made sure that she got that point for Generika Ayala.
Back set. Rodriguez hit the top of the tape. Not over, and it's Generika Ayala with a lead heading into the second technical timeout. More volleyball action on the other side of this break. Welcome back to the Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2020. And Petron is always ringing this bell. They dial #1 for offense because they have Catherine Bell.
We'll get to see her numbers a little bit later on in this game. But most probably, she is the current top scorer for Petron. It's import against import. Lizette Campos against Catherine Bell.
Bell again. Not that time. And look at that Bell. That was a slam dunk if I ever saw one.
You can dig me once, but not twice.
Still a tied ball game, 16-all. Alma serve too strong.
Again, this is another opportunity for Generika Ayala to establish a reasonable amount of lead as we are approaching the last phase of the second set. But they give the chance back to Petron after that service error of Ellie Soyud.
And on cue, I was waiting for this. Angel Legacion and Shang Berte, I think, getting ready to check in the next opportunity for Petron Blaze. DMAC going back to Queen Elizabeth. I think she's feeling a little more comfortable now playing in the country.
And she's faced with a smaller blocker in Becca Rivera. That's why she's opting to go down the line instead of cross court.
Now on the floor is Angel Legacion and Shang Berte. I know her big fans in Prime Lucido and Lord Lucido are cheering as they're watching on TV. Thank you so much again to everyone watching on TV, online, and of course live here at the venue. PSL fans, again, tweet us. Let us know what you think. At Superliga PH, use the hashtag PSL Grand Prix 2020. Back and on, not over.
Perhaps she was intimidated by Cat Bell.
Now these have to be quality minutes for Legacion and Berte.
And Legacion is also one of the holdovers from that previous Petron squad. Another faulty reception, this time for Generika Ayala.
Well, good up, Legacion. Molina off the block and all good.
There's a better hit from Ces Molina.
Legacion making sure Molina will get her touch while Molina is in the front line. Prado setting out a system, going to Aganon. Bell on the defensive. Molina on the offensive, and that's good.
Looks like she's more comfortable with the sets of Legacion. Now a double substitution will be called by Coach Sherwin Meneses. Basas and Makatuno will replace ni Makulangan and Soyud.
Chinchin Basas, another former Petron Blaze spiker.
And at a certain level, they know the tendencies of some of the players from Petron. That's why they can read the offense.
Yeah. Two-point lead, Petron Blaze. Bell tipping it. Good scramble with Generika Ayala. Malaluan, no. What a save. Catarado. What a block. But going out of bounds.
What effort coming from Catarado, keeping every ball alive. He's one of the mainstays also for Generika Ayala. Just enough power for Mina Aganon to get it off the block.
Short. Left side, Molina a little too strong. So Petron letting Generika Ayala creep back.
Again, another chance for Generika Ayala to get a couple of more points from that service line. They cannot afford to throw away any more points. It's going to be a race to 5. And like I said, that's another point for Petron.
Gutierrez back on the floor for Petron Blaze. Arturo going to Basas. Another good save by Arado. Aganon going long and finishing strong.
Generika Ayala will go back to their regular substitution. Double sub has served its purpose. And if I'm the spiker and Kat Arado is behind me, I would keep on hitting that balls regardless if I get blocked or not.
Quite literally, Arado will have your back.
Yes.
He's like everyone's best friend. Ayala's friend. Molina. Put it through.
Says Molina is going exclusively to that strategy, hitting it off the block.
22 serving 21.
But Generika has to score more points while Kat Bell is at the back row, because when she moves up front, you know it's going to be a problem.
Soyud, held by Bell. Molina, a little too wide. So errors from both teams, allowing each other to stay in it.
Who's going to make it to 25 points first?
The team that commits less errors.
Yes, that's correct. I would really have to agree on that point.
Oh! Alma almost. Becca, this time from right to left.
That's another violation. It's a net touch called on Eli Soyud.
The last 2 or 3 possessions from errors.
And if they lose this set, they're going to go back to that same point.
That crisscross play. Palma though. No nonsense, no problem.
That's the aggressiveness of a middle blocker in Remy Palma. especially during her prime with FEU.
Let's listen in to Coach Sherwin. Set point for Petron. What a block from Aiza Pontillas. Remy Palma, Aiza Pontillas shutting the door. Forming a wall from España to Moraita. And Petron Blaze doing a great defensive stop.
Aiza Pontillas making sure that they grab that second set. Even though they started out a bit slow, it was about time to recover for Petron.
And we will be back for more in just a bit. As Petron Blaze grabs a 2-0 lead over Generika Ayala.
That's correct. I would have to agree with Coach Emil. They're really locking down on the import of Generika Ayala. The set Campos, they're targeting her on the serve, but they're also establishing a solid blocking pattern to minimize her output.
Set number 3 about to start from inside the Pillars Flying V Center. PSL fans, sound off. Let us know what you think. Tweet us at Superliga PH. Use the hashtag PSL Grand Prix 2020. Generika Ayala, of course, with Ryan de Maculangan. So far, yes, they've been keeping it tight, but they can't close out those sets. They need to do something different to get over that hump.
They've been having problems in finishing every set. They would grab the lead and suddenly would commit consecutive errors. I think the perfect term would be nahihirapan sila humanap ng panapos. But they still have one more chance if they want to extend this match to a 4th frame.
Is there anything drastically different you'd like to see on the part of Generika Ayala?
I mean, they're doing decent volleyball. They just really need to minimize those errors come end set. Now I see Patty Orendain starting out for Generika Ayala.
Different score, a different approach. See if Patty Jane's presence on the court can spell a different result. But not if Petron Blaze. Yes, they have diesel starts at the start of every set, but then they find a way to pull away.
But this is no time to relax for Petron.
This would do wonders for the confidence, especially the new players of the Blade Spikers. Oh, look at that finish by Ces Molina.
Game face on for Ces Molina. Now she's comfortable with hitting the sets of Becca Rivera.
And that's a scary thing. Rivera still serving again, targeting Vicente Campos. The slide by Reader. Kept alive by Bell. In transition, back-to-back hits for Ces Molina.
Now if Ces Molina gets involved in the scoring picture for Petron, this will create more serious problems for Generika Ayala. A while ago, it was Maizo Pontillas and Kat Bell, but if you include Remy Palma and Ces Molina, it's going to be a rampage.
The injury score. Rivera digs in. Ces gets it back. Chance now for the Lightsabers. D-Man to Patty. But couldn't power through.
This is a strong start for the Blaze Spikers with a 4-0 run against Generika Ayala.
Appreciate though that DMAC is trying to get Patty's rhythm going, especially coming in cold off the bench.
And just looking at the 2019 PSL season recap for Petron, they're always in the top 3. They finished bronze in the All-Filipino Conference, wherein they suffered an upset by Signal, but most of the time, I mean, always they're in the top 3. On the other hand, for Generika Ayala, they're in the bottom half in the last season. But you know, when you're in the bottom half, there is really no way to go but up. This is the perfect chance for them to rebuild and get their first win again.
They're still the winningest team in the history of the league. terms of championships. Elevate gets blocked by Palma. Eli Soyod will score.
Great distribution from Bea de Maculangan. From the left side of the court and suddenly to the right side of the court.
Eli elevates, detonates. Two-point ball game. Oh, Palma takes it back.
That's Remy Palma swag for you.
Give me that. Get out the way.
I'm gonna wait for that Remy Palma and Mika Reyes matchup.
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be a sight to see.
Yeah, no love lost. They were teammates. Now they're going to be opponents again. Cat Bell, done by Vicente Campos. Soyud, off speed. Luna keeps it alive. Not over for Aiza Montillas.
Serve was way off.
Mateo Rendain to serve. Generika Ayala. Another proud product of University of St. LaSalle. And I just hopefully the league has a game there in the future again. If we have any Ilonggo volleyball fans who are tuned in via online or even watching on TV, please do tweet us at SuperligaPH. Let us know what you think. It's the hashtag PSL Grand Prix 2020. Palma again trying to hunt for the line, but no.
Again, it's going to be the referee's judgment when it comes to tight calls like that. You don't have the challenge system yet.
Yep.
So you have to play it clean.
Every finish has to be without the shadow of a doubt.
You know, I would really like to take this opportunity to thank all of the fans of volleyball in general, the men's and the women's. If it's not for them, we wouldn't reach this height.
It's FLOTG, for love of the game. Campos, look at that, open spot.
Those broken plays are the hardest to hit, but no problem for Queen Elizabeth.
It's the same script. It's a tight game. Bell breaks it.
If you get delayed even by a split second, you won't be able to block Cat Bell. That's for sure.
Look at that, over the defender. Vicente Campos, no. Free ball induced. Oh, infraction and Becca.
Bonus point for Generika Ayala.
Seven all. So yun, targeting Molina. Oh, what a dig by Arado. Topspin of that hit by Vicente Campos. Petron Bell with a drop ball.
This is what you like with the imports. They're not all power, they're also thinking players.
And it's all good here in the Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2020. We'll be back in a moment.
Thank you so much to our sponsors.
It is 8-7, 1-point lead for Petron Blaze. Queen Elizabeth. Boy, does she have some dynamite. Look at this, all power, all good.
What you love about volleyball is that it's universal. I mean, you don't need to, sometimes you don't need to talk to be able to explain yourself when you're playing for another country because it's all the same.
The game itself is a language. Orinda in, ooh, gaining confidence now in her swings. Switching it up that time. Becca, the pipe, didn't work for Bell. Campos comes flying in.
Too strong on that attack from the back line. Good call on the libero of Petron, not getting that one.
Nine serving 8. Very strong for Lot Manaluan. With Generika, you want to see them go on a little run and protect that lead, extend that lead.
You want to see their hunger to get this win. They want to extend this match.
Cut to Palma. Just a little tip.
Easy put away from Rem Palma, recognizing that the ball was closer to the antenna.
Reaching high and putting it away.
They'll take it. A point is a point. May it be a strong one or a soft one.
Another tight set. Set number 3. Martinez off the block and all good. Smart hit.
For Maiso Pontillas, she doesn't get majority of the sets. But when the ball goes her way, it's going to be an instant point for Petron.
Vanessa's clean hit. Great defense by Nuna. Molina adjusting her approach. Dig set from Catharado. Sawyer. Dug by Rivera. Nuna with a dig set of her own. Setting out a system, both teams. Good up by Bell. Bell going for a placement. Rally continues. Orinda in. No, said Becca. Cat Bell another look. Trying to drop it again. And that will work.
Rhea de Macolangan was able to read that drop ball from Cat Bell, but Patty Orinda in also tried to get it. But at least they know where the ball is going. They're not guessing when it comes to defense. It's all about the execution.
2-point lead, Petron plays. No, make that a 1-point game. You're dealing with a power hitter. Talking about Generika, you're dealing with a power hitter in Catherine Bell, Cesc Molina, Aiza Pontillas. If you're the back line, how do you adjust? Because you know the front line is going to make an effort. But for Catharado in the back line, what are the things that you have to consider?
For Catharado, she has to give specific instructions to the blocker so that she knows where to defend. And if you're in the middle blocker position, you don't need to get that stuck block on Cat Bell. You just need to slow down the trajectory of the ball so that they can get it easily on the back row.
Because as long as they can put the ball up, Elizabeth Vicet Campos can do things like that. It's 12-all now. Becca back to Gath and puts it down.
She will really find her way. Whatever you do, Cat Bell will score at will.
What you gonna do when I come for you?
Now it's a reunion for Ging Balse Pabayo and Aiza Maiso Pontillas. OG veterans from UST.
Let me get Denise Stan on the phone.
Yes.
Throw her in there.
So you have to press the button first to alert the referees for a substitution. So just a little bit technical reminders, because there's a protocol that you have to follow here.
Coach, or rather, first referee Troy Bukid, making sure everything is everything. Oh, look at Meneses.
Riri Meneses finding love in a hopeless place. I just had to say that.
I like that you listen to the lines. You've done your homework. I'm proud of you. Your next homework, more lyrics.
Yeah.
For whenever you cover Riri's game. And a good block there by Generika Ayala. Taking the lead, 14-13. Now the question, can they sustain this?
You're seeing better energy on the side of the lifesavers. But will it be enough to maintain that 1-point lead?
Oh, look at that. Almost sending it to Neil Flores. Catherine Bell. It's all business now. And she ties the game 14-all. What a stingy player. Just allowing Generika Ayala a few seconds of the lead.
I can't wait to see the numbers. But Elizabeth Vicente Campos not phased with that triple block of Petron.
Not about the height, it's about the heart and the hops of Elizabeth Vicente Campos.
It will boil down to consistency for Generika Ayala.
As you say that though,
We have this anchor's curse wherein you say something and it doesn't happen.
don't involve me, it's the analyst's curse. Dinamay mo pa ako, that's you. No, I'm kidding. But yes, the jinx, you mean the jinx. It's 15-all now. Good defense there by King Balse Papayo. Not over that time. The intimidating King Balse Papayo. Making sure that Petron will have the lead heading into the second technical timeout. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to the Philippines Superliga Grand Prix 2020. And there's a new high-flying queen for Generika Ayala. It is Queen Elizabeth Vicente Campos. And so far, she has been providing steady offense for Generika Ayala.
Again, she's just 19 years old. Stands at 5'8". She's originally an opposite hitter, but right now she's playing as an opposite spiker. And she's a member of the Cuban national volleyball team.
16-15, 1-point lead, Petron plays. That back going out of bounds, a sigh of relief for Generika Ayala.
You can just hear the power, even with our headphones on. Now I understand why she's still adjusting to the reception pattern of Generika Ayala. As an opposite hitter, you don't get much first balls, but as an open hitter, most of it will really go your way.
Ooh, first on-two attack for the season. And it comes from Becca Rivera.
Loving that point.
And look at this, some magic from Becca. Now you see me, now you don't. Got you on the on-two. Combination for Orendain, no. One more look for Patty Jane. Off of King Balse Pabayo.
That was too high already. If King Balse Pabayo let that go, it will sail out of bounds.
Got up to a sliding foul. Soyun, right place, right time. Another chance for Petron. Oh, no.
It's definitely a double contact violation from Cat Bell. Now, Generika Ayala has a slim 1-point lead over Petron.
Now is the time for Generika Ayala to really dig deep. Of course, a fourth set versus the defending Grand Prix champions. But I think Cat Bell has other plans in mind.
Cat Bell soaring from the back row.
This is what we do. Catherine Bell soaring and scoring. Get up and get out the way. Dain, no. Off of Rivera. Kept alive. Luna. Another chance for the lifesavers. They go to a slide. Denied. Palma the joust. Riri the save.
That's a late call on the referee, but that's a valid call. Net touch called on Rayon de Maculangan.
Another error. Generika Ayala.
She's asking for a higher chance ball. You have to give a little bit of time allowance for the setter to establish her position.
Yeah. Be quick for Riri. Not on my watch, said Remy Palma.
Again, a double block established by Petron in Maizo Pontillas and Remy Palma.
Palma saying, I got you right there. You take a look at the 2019 recap of the Petron Blaze Spikers. You can see, like what you said, Neil, consistently up there.
They are the defending champions of our Grand Prix, third place in the All-Filipino Conference and silver medalists in our Invitational Cup.
So it's a new look team now for Petron Blades. Working to replicate their success. Look at Orendain with authority.
They need more of that from Pati Orendain. It has to be a balanced effort from Vicet Campos and the locals. But again, they have the personnel. They have all of the tools that they need to grab every win here in the PSL.
Another on two.
That's the second time.
And it's so nice, she fooled them twice.
I love your lines.
2-point lead, Petron Blaze. Small serve, free ball induced. The slide by Palma.
That's her bread and butter play. Slide attack. Been effective so far. Now they're just 3 points away from getting their first win in the season.
This time on the other side of the net, we take a look at the season recap of the Generika Ayala Lifesavers. A little up and down, but of course they're hoping to have a breakthrough Grand Prix.
The fifth place was their best finish for that All-Filipino Conference, but they lost Angeli Araneta. Again, one of their top scorers. It was unfortunate due to season-ending injury.
We also have a lot of new faces right now as you take a look at Angeli Araneta. We are praying for the continuous rehab and well-being of Neta. Petron now with momentum.
That was too soft for Eli Soyod. Not putting enough pressure on the blockers of Petron. Now Petron is closing in on Generika Ayala. 2 points away.
Bell. Pontillas. No. Another chance for Generika Ayala. Becca. To Bell. Kept alive. Meneses with a placement.
They're still alive. They're just down by 3 points. As Coach Sherwin said, let's take it 1 point at a time.
As usual, Riri finding love in a hopeless place. Catherine Bell, no. Been using that left hand.
Great dig from Luna.
A free ball from Petron. Too strong. Out of bounds. We are at match point.
That was a perfect setup from Rhea de Maculangan. Remy Palma was super late for that block. But Vicet Campos overtook that hit. Now Petron is at match point.
Palma serving for the match. All almost shanked. Petron looking to finish the game. Good block there by Soyud and Meneses. Pontillas. Another block. Another chance. Another swing.
Ooh.
And what a finish! Queen Elizabeth.
With a fascia on Becca Rivera. But that is part of the game.
And look at that. Could not do the matrix move to dodge that bullet. Look at that. All smiles right after. 3 match points to survive for Generika. Ayala may makatuno in the game serving for the Lifesavers. Bell off the block. Bell one more time. She wants all the smoke. And Catherine Bell with a game winner. Petron Blaze takes it in straight sets.
This is definitely a statement win for the Petron Blaze Spikers. They are still in it to win it in our Grand Prix.
Watch the throne, said Catherine Bell. The crown still belongs to the Blaze Spikers. And she made a statement. Give it to me and get out the way. Petron ringing the bell. You've reached the Petron Blaze hotline. If you want scoring, if you want clutch points, what number do you dial?
Dial number 1, and Cat Bell will be waiting.
And Catherine Bell delivers. Congratulations to Blaze Spikers. We got Spike Zone coming up next. The next game, the Santa Lucia Realtors going up against the PLDT Home Fiber Power Hitters. Welcome to the team and thank you. Keeping it real with Neil Flores. My name is James Velasquez. We'll catch you on the rebound. More volleyball action in the 2020 PSL Grand Prix coming your way.